機体の整備はバッチリです。皆さん頑張ってくださいね。作戦スタートです。
Hello everyone, this is Ninja_Guy_12 here, bringing you the Heavy Gundam. Now, the colors I have going on for it, this was completely accidental, but, normally I have the kinda origin version colors of the, Heavy Gundam, so it's kinda like that kind of brown, to be honest, like for most of it, and then there's like the highlights of orange and stuff. But the other color scheme I had is basically this one, which is basically the Rollout colors based on that HTP Bandai Heavy Gundam Rollout color version. And they look pretty good, masked pretty well, but there's just certain things I couldn't get exactly right. But it looks pretty good at the end though, even though it was a complete accident. I didn't even mean to have this color scheme out. But if you guys have any questions regarding you know, like any questions for, you know, the colors that I use, or any GB02 requests you would like to make, please let me know in the comments down below, or on my Discord server, which the link to join that is in the description down below. So I am playing with some buddies, or friends I should say. Buddy is in the Desert Gelgu, if I remember correctly. Spud is in the Pale Rider Ground Heavy Arms, and Roz is in the Gundam Unit 4 BST. Just so we get that out of the way, now we just move on to the star of the show, being the Heavy Gundam, which I am a little bit excited to talk about this, since it is kind of one of my favorite generals at 400, or 450, 500. Though I unfortunately do not have the level 3 yet, which is 550. Kind of want to see how it does at that cost, though. 450 and 500 still a pretty good support. So, the Heavy Gundam has this kind of big fuck-off weapon that it has in its arm, and basically it's not only a Gatling gun, which is the primary, but it also has missiles as a sub-weapon. Basically kind of based on the Pale Rider Cavalry Shekina combined weapon system kind of thing it is. So that's kind of what this is, I guess, supposed to be based on for that suit, and this is supposed to be the original. But it also has the standard beam saber, which is used by the Jimful districts, and the full armor Gundam, the original, just as a few examples of suits that use that beam saber. But basically it has, I think, a pair of Vulcans, which, you know, Vulcans are Vulcans. It has those missiles, which I already mentioned. God, I can't speak. And it also has the big fuck-off beam cannon, which I think a lot of people underestimate the beam cannon, because it does good damage without charge, but when you charge it, it does even more damage. Wow, you could expect that. But this is still a very good support, to be honest. In terms of which one's better between, like, let's say the full armor Gundam and the Heavy Gundam, because I guess, like, there's a confusing lore bit that some full armor Gundams didn't exist, but for the timeline where it kind of didn't exist, it was basically replaced with the Heavy Gundam. And then for the ones that did exist, I guess the Heavy Gundam didn't actually exist. So, whippy, trying to chase down that pilot. And I guess compared to those, or between those two, the Heavy Gundam is probably the better one, to be honest, because you could do a lot more damage overall. Plus, you have a lot more ballistic options. Especially the Gatling gun, that's probably like the best part about this one. Because most suits starting like 450 and 500 are starting to get high beam defense, so having ballistic damage is quite nice. So I'm going ahead, start doing some damage. Of course I'm getting wrecked here, and I'm pretty much stuck. So I'm probably going to die, unfortunately. But, this is still a quite fun support. I mean, compared to the other options like the Jaeger and the Heiza Custom, I feel like this suit has its uses in a lot more situations. But now there's like I say, on the Deserted Theater or something, you might want to go with either Custom or the Jaeger. Yeah, that's the suit I'm looking for. The Heavy Gundam's kind of better for kind of somewhat mid-range combat, so maps like City Ruins and Impact Site are kind of good places along with this map. Kind of all kind of good maps to use the Heavy Gundam on. Even though we unfortunately lose, and I am fortunately in the ace, and they got a free kill. Because apparently the enemy didn't decide to blow up my suit until just after. Which it kind of made sense, but still, it's kind of like, why didn't you kill my suit sooner? Come on. How you wanted to. I'm just kind of sad right now, to be honest, guys. Kind of depresso. I need an espresso to cure my depresso. But, the Heavy Gundam, I guess we kind of move on to the design now. I kind of do like it a lot. The only thing I just don't like is the visor. I kind of just wish it had standard Gundam eyes, but other than that, I pretty much like everything else about the Heavy Gundam here. I wouldn't change really anything except for the visor again, or just replace the head entirely with the former Gundam Thunderbolt head. But I think it would look kind of cool on this design, to be honest. This is just a kind of fancy design, if I am being honest. I'm unfortunately taking damage and my legs overloaded. Got a moldy bait up on my ass, and so I'm probably gonna die here. If not, just suffer because I just have no legs to defend myself. Our head starts getting damage, beta's on me. Trying to get more damage, spray him down with the Gatling, and he's dead. But, I guess, like, I kind of want to talk about my thoughts on, the kind of lore. I feel like, I'm sure, like, there's an actual timeline when, both the full armor and the Heavy Gundam, like, exist at some point. I feel like it would have been the better option to just test them out, and then basically they made the full armor, they deemed it a failure because, you know, kind of shit in mobility and all that, despite having all the increased firepower and the extra thrusters, mind you. But they're just like, instead of just adding on armor to the just original Granddaddy Gundam, they're just like, why don't we just design a brand new mobile suit, just kind of more kind of armor to begin with to compensate. And basically they fixed that with this suit. And I'm surprised that, like, they didn't figure that out sooner, because I don't know how they didn't realize, you know, that adding extra armor to a mobile suit that didn't have to accommodate for that extra armor would make it worse in terms of mobility. Who would have thought? I'm about to die. Unfortunate. And that's pretty much the match right there. He lost. But it was still a kind of good match. I hope you guys enjoyed these Heavy Gundam colors, or Heavy Gundam and Rollout colors, and I will see you guys in the next video. Take care, everyone.
今回の戦闘報酬です。